Hello once again with another episode of Cosmic Debris. I am Andy George, and always this is my partner in crime, TJ.
Better known as the Jerk.
Better known as the Jerk. Good morning, you fuck. How you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing, you motherfucker?
I know you're all fucked up, man. You've been
Awkward.
Yeah, you've been moaning and groaning and all this other shit here this morning.
That's the thing that's interesting about some of this shit. It's like, just puts me in a fucking foul mood. I'm already a jerk. I don't need to be more jerky.
I mean, more jerky, like jerk chicken
jerky.
from Jamaica.
But
I wonder if you would be worse if you were from Jamaica.
Like a jerk?
Come on, I'm like really pissed. You ever hear one of those guys being really pissed off, though?
No, I don't think so.
That's really weird, huh? Because they smoke a lot of
only
weed.
if they were like going down the bobsled and they fucking flew out. Then
Yeah, no shit.
Stuff.
Oh, man, that was not funny, man.
Cool runnings, man.
Cool runnings.
Well, I did want to bring up. We are excited today because we got some new equipment.
Got some new equipment to fuck with, and I'll shut him off in a little while just to prove how it works.
Here's the thing, right? So we got a new mixer, or we got a mixer. We never had one before that, and my partner here, Andy George, said let's get a mixer. So we ordered one, and because I don't know how to run this shit, he knows how to do the mixing thing. He was in broadcast doing this shit on a. When
Gilligan's Island,
when Navy ships were still wooden,
they would row them around the world.
So we get this fucking thing. We're testing it out last week, and he's fucking with me. He's like, when he decides, he doesn't want to hear what I have to say. He's just. I'm
going to shut his shit down, man.
Because he's not used to sharing.
I'm not used to
sharing.
I'm not used to sharing.
I want to share with you. I want it all for myself. So fuck you. So, anyways, let's move on to our show. What do we got?
So how was your weekend, man? I know we went to a meeting on Saturday. Everything was good. It was a good meeting.
Yeah. I had some friends over Saturday night. Watched some TV. Ate some dinner. Father's Day
yesterday. Yeah, we went out to dinner Saturday night down to Rockin' Baja Lobster.
Rockin' Baja Lobster.
Yeah, it was good, man. Hey, and by the way, my brother, I did not order 5 buckets of food this time. They had bigger buckets. I was there one time with my brother.
I've never been there, but go ahead. Talk about it.
And I had a coupon because they sent me some chicken home one time that was raw, and I called and complained. So they sent me a coupon. Well, he comes down with his son, and we decide we're going to go out fishing in the ocean. So we went out there. We didn't catch shit. We come back. We smell like bait. At that time, I was still drinking. And so was he. We had some beers and stuff. I said, let's go. I got a coupon to this place to Rockin' Baja Lobster.
All right.
And back then, you could buy buckets of food. Had some lobster, had some crab, had some steak, had shrimp. Yeah, shit hanging out. But I had a coupon. So we went in there of course, there was a line. This is a pretty good story. And he said, oh, man, the line. He said, I'm going to go wait in the bar. I said, we'll be in a minute. So I go up. I said, hey, don't you guys know who I am?
Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, you guys got a reservation for me, man. What's up here?
Did you really? You didn't, though.
No. Don't you know who I am? That used to work. Now everybody got a mask on. No, we don't know who you are. So as he's getting ready to sit at the bar, we come walking, and I say, come on, Dave, our table's ready. And he just looks at me. So I had this coupon, so we ordered 5 buckets of food.
What the fuck?
And it came with 5 salads.
For 3 people.
For 3 people, yeah. So it came with salads, and they said, do you want all 5 salads at once? I said, yeah, you might as well bring them. Well, they don't have salad anymore. So we went down there with the family and ate. It was, they have much bigger buckets of food. It was pretty good. The service was a little slow because I think even, again, the waitresses and waiter, even the bartenders, we're all trying to figure this shit out as we move along with opening up our economy once again. But I mean, it was good food. It was expensive.
Why it took so long?
Why?
The cook said
they didn't know who I was.
No, they didn't know who you. It takes them a while to pull down their mask to spit in your food and then put the mask back on.
That's all right, man. I like extra spit.
Extra spit.
Extra spit. Yeah, it's not on the menu, but you can order that. But no, we had a good time, and then
good.
Yeah, it was nice. My wife.
Yeah, my son and his family, they live up in Folsom, and
yeah,
I FaceTimed with them yesterday, and it was good. It's nice to talk to them. I'm going to be going up there in about 5 weeks to watch my grandkids for a week.
Yeah, we'll see how that works, dude.
And we'll see if I don't get charged with murder.
Yeah, no kidding. But no, and yesterday was Sunday. Nobody came around. My wife had a few things to do for work because she's taking a day off today. I don't know. We got a pedicure since the nail salons are back open, dude.
Finally.
I know you just gave me shit because I go in there and I take a newspaper to read.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? I haven't seen a newspaper.
I haven't
in
seen
years.
that is and I used to read the newspaper every day. This is the first time I've read the newspaper. Yeah, you know, I can hear you crunching your bag of Doritos, dude. What the fuck?
Hey. Left-handed too.
Hey, and that was from our donuts at my buddy's donut shop.
My buddy's donut shop.
My buddy's
shout
donut
out.
shop.
Give him a shout out.
No, not yet, man. Till they want to make sure they want to be shouted out on this show. But I got to make sure we're okay with that. But what was I talking? But yeah, I mean that's the first newspaper I've read in a long time. Because, like I said, I don't know what the point was. But I mean, I got to sit there and read the whole newspapers. They're clipping my friggin' toes and scraping the calluses and barnacles off my legs. You know,
you should take those barnacles, steam them. You could eat them.
Steamed barnacles. Is that like fried clams or some shit?
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. So I mean, there's been some crazy shit in the news, and you and I discussed this.
last couple of weeks, especially this last week, really weird.
Yeah.
shit.
So you know, and we had talked about they're going to change the Aunt Jemima pancake mix, the picture on here,
Glad you brought that up.
along with Uncle Ben. Now I looked some things up on Aunt Jemima.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So this isn't just shit I would pull out of my ass like usual. You know,
Like usual,
yeah.
Or like me.
Yeah, I just making
Just make
shit
up
up.
shit.
Go look, see if I'm lying. Go look online. But Aunt Jemima was not her real name. Now the lady, this is how it came about. Now apparently, the lady's name was Nancy Green. She came up with the recipe for the pancake mix, and she made it in front of, I think it was the Walker brothers. That part might be bullshit. But and it was really good. But they had a contact, and I'm trying to think. I didn't write that part of it down. But she came up with the pancake mix. Okay.
Now was she black?
Yes, she was black.
Okay.
But in those days, you got to remember that.
Tell me what year.
Okay,
roughly.
so we're talking about they hired her to be the face of Aunt Jemima.
Green, Miss Green.
Nancy Green.
What year?
Roughly. Okay. Roughly, they went to the World's Fair in 1893, which is one in Chicago. Now, her job was to make pancakes and serve them to people at the World's Fair.
Okay.
Now she became the image of Aunt Jemima. Okay. But they gave her a lifetime contract with the Pancake Company.
A lifetime. Whose lifetime? Her lifetime?
Her lifetime.
So she's dead, obviously.
Oh, yeah. She got killed in a car accident, I believe, in 1929.
Fuck me.
But she was a big philanthropist. Yeah, we don't.
Philanthropist?
There you go, man. Not a dinosaur, not a pissiosaur or whatever, but a philanthropist with her money. Okay, so she gave a lot of it away, but she was big time into the church.
Into the church.
No, into a church, and it was a Baptist church.
Baptist.
Yeah,
Well,
a Baptist church.
Right.
But so she died. Okay. Now there was a discussion from a what the heck is it? A black historian about. Okay, so let me go backwards just a minute if I can.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, but there were 6 other ladies who also represented the pancake mix over the lifetime of Aunt Jemima right now. Okay, so there were 6 other ladies. Not only Nancy Green, but she was the first one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there was this lady doing a Black History thing, and we're talking about, so why change that image of Aunt Jemima?
Okay,
she says,
is that image that's on there now, is that from the very first...
I believe so. That is from the very first.
Maker of the
pancake mix,
Ms.
right.
Green.
Miss Green, right.
So the other ones that got represented them,
right?
Just
I think
the person here,
right.
Jemima.
Right. I think they did like personal appearance shit,
but they weren't.
They were.
Like
I imagine they all looked kind of like that. I mean, and
so was any of them named Jemima?
No.
So that's my thing. We were talking about this last week with Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima.
Well, okay, but let's stick with Aunt Jemima. I got to think about.
You got a fucking point. You're gonna make.
I got a point, and my thing was this lady who was a black historian said, okay, because it represented the mammy thing,
No shit.
and that's what these people were worried about. Okay, I get that, but she says instead of changing that, because this lady was well off, and you think about the late 1800s, the early 1900s, this enabled this lady to travel around. And at that time, probably in luxury that most other black women did not have at that time. So she says,
your supposition, you're making a supposition, which is that based on that she's a black woman, early 1900s, is getting paid, she's living a better life.
She's living a better life.
You have no proof of that.
No, but there is proof of that.
Where?
Other
than traveling around with the World's Fair and all that.
Okay,
shit.
so how many other black women at that time got that opportunity? Not many.
How many?
Not many. But this lady says instead of changing her image on the box, let's write a paragraph and educate people about that time frame in America.
Yeah.
Don't just cut her out.
Work.
Don't just cut her out and say, "Oh, let's forget about Aunt Jemima."
I read the back of cereal boxes, but I'm not going to read the back of a fucking
but it says
or biscuit making thing.
Okay, so they also want to change Uncle Ben. Now, again, here we go. Who knows if this is true or not?
Tom.
Well, no, his name was Uncle Ben.
That's because they couldn't put Uncle Tom on there.
Oh, geez, here we go. But, okay, so apparently, now the image of Uncle Ben came from a guy, supposedly was a Chicago maitre d' at a hotel.
But
his name was Frank Brown. Now, hey, go back to this, but according to Mars, which I think is the packaging company of Uncle Ben's rice, Uncle Ben was an African-American rice grower known for his good quality of rice.
And what year was this?
I didn't write that. I didn't write rice. Uncle Ben. I didn't write Uncle Ben's fucking bio down. He had his own plantation.
Did he have white slaves?
I don't know. Maybe he had white field workers. The hell do I know? I wasn't there.
Well, that's it. We're
you and I weren't there.
I'm glad you did some research on this.
Right.
But my opinion... And I think the big stink these days, and it's been in the news, all of a sudden, everything needs to change.
Everything needs to change.
We were talking about this,
right.
Like you and I have both, but at separate times, have been to Stone Mountain, Georgia.
I've been to Stone Mountain.
Where it's big old fucking granite titty.
It's a
nipple, big fucking thing with General Lee, Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederacy, and Stonewall Jackson, another Confederate. And so we're memorializing them. That was built in the guy who carved it, it was like 1921.
Right. It was, the early 1900s.
You got statues, you got all these things that are commemorating this way of life that they were fighting for. And it wasn't just, we talked about this, it wasn't just about slavery.
Right, there were other things.
Business things about, we're doing all the work in the South, the North is making all this money, and all this shit. But still they wanted, and maybe it is taken a little further than normal, but still, you got to look at, systemic racism that's been going on. Right,
but you and I talked about it. Can we go back and change the past?
No.
Can't. But do we have to tear down what you liked? Are we all going to have to fit into this milk crate in society where I'm not allowed to have things that I like, and it's all about you? I mean, this is my point, and you know what? We can't debate this because we're not people of color. I mean, I'm part Native American. Hey, you fucked me early on, but go to our casinos and spend your money.
Yeah, and where are you getting money? Okay, you ain't getting money from.
No, I'm not. So, no, we don't have. We're not casino Indians, but they also want to change the packaging on cream of wheat.
Oh yeah.
Plus Eskimo pie.
Eskimo
pies, the little ice cream bars. You remember Eskimo pies?
I remember them, but
they're kind of like Klondike bars. No, I think it's an East Coast thing now. I haven't seen an Eskimo pie out here in a long time.
I haven't.
Because there's an Eskimo on there. I'm like, okay, so maybe I don't like the box of Captain Crunch because he wasn't a real captain.
He's a caricature.
Well, what?
And that's the difference. It's a caricature where Aunt Jemima's face and body and her stature and Uncle Ben, they're actual faces of black people.
Well, they are, but it's still a caricature of an Aunt Jemima. I don't think that's a real picture. I think it's still a caricature. So what are you going to say? I can't.
What offends me? What offends me? And I'm not. Obviously, we are not people of color.
Right.
And I can't. I'm not going.
I got a nice tan.
None of us are white, but either are black people. They're not black.
Right.
But it's the name. It's that. It was like if you go back into the 30s, you look at those famous movies, Gone with the Wind, and that.
Right,
oh,
now
Mandy,
that's.
I don't know about nothing about both.
But
again, it's like give me a fuck. That is no way that they would allow that shit in a movie today. That type
right,
of
and they have decided
stereotype
to pull that movie from TMC.
Seriously,
yes.
No,
that will no longer be shown on TMC.
Okay, well, see that I don't.
So I mean, let's move on with that. I mean, you and I had talked about that. I mean, so what are you going to change? Log cabin, syrup?
Why? Because there's a cabin. All cabins.
Cabins are
fucking feel.
But they're also going to change. They're going to change the bottle of Mrs. Butterworth. So I don't know if I can buy your syrup anymore.
There's none, Mrs. Butterworth. So okay. So right now we've got that thing going on with Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, all those things, and then this morning you and I both read, but separately, about what happened to Bubba Wallace. In NASCAR.
That was Bubba Watson.
No,
maybe he's a golfer.
Bubba Watson. And Bubba Watson is actually a white golfer.
Right.
But Bubba Wallace is I think the only
He's the only current black NASCAR driver
at that elite league, not the other
right, not the minor league shit,
that shit. So he did fight. He did bring up and not protested, I guess. I don't know what exactly, other than taking it to NASCAR, saying, "Look, we need to ban, the Confederate flag."
Right.
And I agree with that. I got a Confederate flag in my closet because that's where we grew up in the South, and it's part of a heritage in a way. Not a good heritage, but it's a heritage. Okay, so he says, we should ban it. NASCAR rules, we're going to ban this. And so what happens over the weekend is someone puts a noose in his garage where he races from. Somebody hung a noose like KKK noose. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
And NASCAR's going to investigate this shit, and stuff. And
so what are they going to find out that he did it himself? Remember he had that Jesse Sweat guy who says, "Oh yeah, I was kidnapped by a bunch of white guys." And turns out he hired these other black guys to kidnap him and beat him up and shit. It's like, dude, you're fucked up.
I would do shit like that. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up,
but,
man.
I mean, you got to draw a line. And I think this is the thing now is with the systemic racism that's been going on in this country for centuries.
Right.
Is there, everybody, I think everybody's tired of it. I mean, and I think what has been said recently is like, as a white person, I disagree with, I don't like systemic racism. I don't like racism, being prejudiced. But what do I do to stop it? Or what do I do if somebody comes to me and tells me a racial joke and, am I standing up and just saying, you know what, that's not appropriate anymore?
That's not appropriate.
And I don't. I haven't yet.
Right. You haven't yet because we don't really tell racist jokes. We might tell idiot jokes or blonde jokes. But then again, can you now tell a blonde? Can you tell these jokes? Or have we become? I mean, this is a serious issue because a lot of it has to do with policing.
Well, it's a mental state that we have, and if our mental state says this is acceptable, at this level, like you and I talking, we say words or phrases or make jokes. Okay, there's no way to monitor that, obviously, or to change that. But if we don't change it at our level,
it's going to keep getting passed on.
You save the pennies. The dollars take care of themselves. It's that if you start at the lowest level, which is me, and I know you're the lowest level. That's right.
But that's it. Again, we have to all own our own shit.
Right.
Because no matter how much we go through all these protests and all these other things, which as long as they're not, I don't have a problem with. But make sure you own your own shit. when you're throwing shit and burning shit down, you're just as
Yeah,
fucked up
right.
as the other person
Well,
who is possibly a racist.
Right, and that's the thing that happens in these situations, in my opinion, is that here's okay, we're going to protest, we're going to start to race. Somebody breaks a window because it's like I can break this window in this store,
And I don't have
because nobody's going to stop me.
Right.
And this is what I want to do.
Right.
And so you bring out people that are not good people, and they start stealing shit out of stores
Right.
because they can.
Because they can.
At that point,
Right.
and it does not help the cause of protesting when
Right, because
when
yeah,
you're
it is a serious
making
issue.
bad decisions as an individual.
Right. Okay. So hey, let's get on that. That was some serious shit for a little while. So let's get on to some crazy shit.
Well, the thing is, I think it's good because you and I have sometimes totally different
Right,
beliefs.
right. But we can talk about it.
But we can talk about it.
Right.
Do I judge you? Fuck yeah, I judge you.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you judge me.
Shit, yeah.
But does that interfere with our personal relationship?
no.
No. There's just some things we just don't talk about.
That's
because
right.
It gets like.
I mean,
weird.
you and I talk about most anything.
We have talked about.
We've
everything.
talked about just about everything, and we can talk openly about it because again, and I think that comes from a lot of it from the program that we're in.
Right.
And
Owning our stuff.
owning our shit, because I'm definitely a fucked up individual.
I got to stop blaming other people for.
That's right,
my
and
behaviors,
because I can
all
justify all my shit, and we've talked about that. But so I was thinking about the other day, and I'm going to go on a trip here in September. So what's the craziest?
You're always on a trip.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm still I'm in Berkeley. I'm wearing tie dye, dude.
Just tie dye your skin.
Yeah,
I'll get
I
a
should
tattoo.
try that.
You ought to get some tattoos.
Maybe I should just when I go out to sit in my backyard and smoke my cigar and eating, I should put rubber bands around parts of my skin.
Okay.
See if they tan differently.
Oh fuck yeah, they would.
Fuck you, I ain't doing it anyhow. But what's the craziest shit you ever carried onto an airplane with you? Besides a clown horn. And I mean not
Oh, a pinata.
a piñata. Okay.
Right. Pinata. Like a donkey. Pinata.
Yeah, a piñata.
And put it in your
In your lap.
space. And my fucking mother, we bought this in Mexico.
In Mexico.
In Tijuana, going back to Arizona, get on a plane. So she puts
So you
her feet
flew
on
and you
this-
didn't drive? Yeah.
No, flew with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it flew. And so she, on the plane, she
Loaded
puts her
with
fucking
coke?
feet on it. We
Yeah.
get it home and fucking holes in the thing. Can't be used. She already destroyed the pinata.
It's like, hey, Mom, what the fuck?
So that's the weirdest thing that I can think of.
Really?
Because you just threw this subject at me.
I was like, I just threw this because I'm like, okay, now, yeah, besides sex shit that you might take on a nice vacation.
Porn.
Yeah, I mean that
Porn.
doesn't. Yeah, I
Porns.
mean porn, big deal. Dildos, whatever.
A hooker
Vibrators.
that I took on a plane.
Yeah,
and said,
well,
come
that-
with me in a business
Yeah,
trip.
but that's not weird. I have carried a whole cooked ham from here to Alabama one time.
I had some barbecue ribs. that
No, this was a
vacuum
whole
sealed.
like 22-pound
I
ham.
get it. I'm talking about a slab of ribs.
Yeah, but did you eat
And-
them on the
oh,
plane?
No, I had frozen them.
Yeah.
They were vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
I did that myself. So I go to the airport. They go through security, and they're opening my bag and looking at this. And the guy goes, "Man, those look really good." I said, "You ain't confiscating those fuckers."
Yeah, you fucker. These are ribs.
This is after 9/11, so too bad.
Oh, it was after
I know.
9/11. Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
was too. So the other crazy thing that I carried back, I got this, and I should have taken a picture of it. I got this huge snapping head turtle skull that I brought back from,
fucking
and I
skulls.
carried it on the airplane with me, dude.
Right?
I'm like, well, fuck. I'm sure what the fuck is this guy got?
I brought back a fucking piece of marble
Yeah.
from Germany. Went there on business in the late 1990s.
Yeah.
We went to Dresden, which had been under communist control
Right.
until the fall.
The fall of the
right?
wall, yeah.
But it still had that feel. Everything was stark. It was really bizarre flying in there. So we come back. So they were taking up the streets in Dresden.
Mm-hmm.
And Dresden was that city that got fucking heavily bombed big
Yeah.
time, right? During the war. So they had these cobblestones that they're taking out of the streets. And this is just I mean, that was recent. It's like we're going to finally pave these streets.
Right,
We'll
right,
take up these
that's-
cobblestones.
Yeah.
And it was about a piece about like a 6-inch cube
Yeah.
of granite. And I thought, that fucker, it was heavy, and I stuck it in my suitcase. And we're going through security,
Yeah.
leaving Dresden. We go to the airport, and we run the bags through the x-ray thing. And these guys that are looking at it, they're all German. There's like they do have like
Oh yeah, they had
soldiers
soldiers.
in the air,
yeah,
guns and all this.
Not like us where we got TSA agents.
And they stop the bag inside the machine. They call people over and they're pointing at it and speaking German and shit. I'm like, oh fuck! I hope they don't grab that thing. He opens it up and he looks at me. He looks at the rock and I'm like, gave him that. Yeah, it's cool.
That's a rock.
That's a rock. And I brought it home. I used it as doorstop for years.
Where's it now?
Fucking ex-wife's got it, I'm sure. Or she threw it out.
She got it in the divorce.
She didn't like it anyway, so I should have fucking grabbed it when I left home.
When you ran.
When you leave home, take your rocks.
I know, dude.
You look at me, look out there. I got rocks all
over. I mean, I've carried rocks when we moved down here. Big milk crates full of rocks. But they're special rocks.
Yeah, I know. Everything's a special rock.
Everything's a special rock. I mean, there's a lot of petrified wood and stuff like that in it, too. But I've carried these rocks around for 30 years, man. Oh shit!
What the fuck are you gonna do with them?
Yeah, I know.
It's not like you're driving on snowy roads and shit where you.
I need to wait. Yeah, I need to wait back down there, dude. So I stopped by my gym this morning to see if the swimming pool was open yet.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
They said probably the middle of July. They're actually sandblasting it and going to recoat it.
Okay.
So they're redoing the whole pool area, which they really need to do. It hasn't been done, and I've been going to this gym for 15 years. I'm like, okay, I only come and use the I only use the swimming pool at the gym. I don't work out there anymore. But, have you paid for gym memberships and don't do nothing? You never go. It's like, oh, man, I got to cancel it. How many of our listeners out there have had these gym memberships? Oh, I plan on going. Well, it's only $20 a month. Who gives a shit? 5 years later, man, you're into these guys for $1,000.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's
more than that. And why at the Y, right? Yeah. You buy a Y membership, and it covers all the, the equipment, the aerobics, the
right,
pool,
yeah, you could do everything,
classes and stuff. Yeah, you have to pay special for classes, but that was
special ed classes there for you.
Special ed, yeah. No, yeah, it's like, I'm gonna really get into this. I'm gonna get on this gym membership. I'm gonna lose some weight. And I get that thing, and
right.
I'm hitting that thing every morning before work.
Oh, but you used it for a little while.
Yeah, and then it was like gone down from 5 times a week to 4 times a week. To 3 times a week.
Boom! Very bottom.
To 0.
To 0, that's right.
And keep paying for it. And you're right.
And you keep paying for it. I mean, that was like, that's right. They opened up my Pilates studio this past week. So I've already gone 4 times, because they
like Pilates.
Huh?
You like Pilates.
I like my Pilates classes. Yes,
yeah,
I do.
You got cramped up. You got fucked over.
Oh, dude, I had some terrible cramps in the back because I hadn't done any bridging in a long time. So what
the fuck is bridging?
You put your feet down and arch your back off of the ground with like your back and neck muscles. You bridge.
Okay.
Didn't you ever go to gym class as a kid where you had to do bridges or?
I didn't grow up in Philadelphia like you used to.
Oh, I didn't grow up in Philadelphia.
I had a dream the other night about the Spectrum.
Did you really?
Yeah, but they were playing hockey, but it was like a mixture of like Back Bay, Boston, where the John Hancock building is.
Yeah.
And on the very top floor is an observation deck.
Observation deck,
like,
yeah.
It's inside, and you can walk all the way around the thing. And I dreamed the Flyers were playing up at the top of the John Hancock
no shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah, because there's a good chance. So no, the Pilates class is back in. So that membership I do, and I pay a lot of money every month. So I got to make sure I go, so I can break it down by how much do I pay.
You didn't go at all for 3 months. What the fuck?
No, I didn't. I didn't, and I didn't let them take my money for 3 months.
You didn't.
No, so I kept. Hey, man, I'm I'm disputing this charge, and I got my money back. So, but now we're back in. I'll be back in class. Another, I do about 5-6 hours a week there. So I have used that quite a bit, but I know there's a lot of people who buy these memberships and never use them, and that's where they make their money.
Oh, of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, so
because it's a recurring.
It's a recurring fee that more than likely you just it's $20. I don't give a shit. Oh, I'll make sure I get there. I'm going to get there in the next week.
I'll get there next week.
And you never do. It's 4 months later. Oh, I'll get there. Yeah, let me go in and ride the bike for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gone.
Yeah, that's
that was crazy shit. But I talked to you the other day about drivers who, as we're going down the street, the fuckers will be coming out of a supermarket and stuff, and there'll be a stoplight. And you ever get them fuckers who want to cut across 3 lanes of traffic to go hang a left?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
I see it. But how? Like I said to you, how does that really? You're not behind the person at this time that you're getting pissed off. You're in a line.
I'm in a lane,
but light. But
then
you see him trying to get in and cut over, and you're getting pissed off.
I'm just like you, fucking idiot. Why wouldn't you just go out?
That's getting pissed off. You fucking idiot.
When I get pissed off is when they, there's no way they'll come out and block 3 lanes of traffic so they can do what they need to.
Well, that is worth getting pissed off about.
Right, but it's like
right now you just you're projecting that he's going to do that he's going to stop traffic and get in there and fuck with people, and you've already predetermined he's
that's right.
asshole.
Oh yeah, I already judged him because he's a douche. Yeah, but I'm like, dude, just go out the other way and hang a left, and you're right at the light. Instead, I want to cut all these people off to go do it.
Next time, just stop your car, get out, go over to him, tell him what the fuck to do.
Hey, you douche, why don't you go around that way?
And then then you can be the person
then
that
I can
people
feel
are
better.
pissed off.
I got to make amends about that?
No, of course not.
Okay. So good.
Only to yourself because
to
you got worked up.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
that had
dude,
no effect
but
on
I'm
you.
just like, oh, you fucking idiot.
Well, yeah, there's fucking idiots all the time.
That's right. Without a doubt,
I mean,
there's
driving.
idiots.
Well, you've been in my car.
I've been in a car with you talking about a fucking idiot behind a wheel.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I own it.
I own it. I own them, idiot.
It's
That's
like,
right.
It's like the same thing. It's like coming down on this toll road. There's 2 lanes.
Right.
Two lanes to drive south, 2 lanes to drive north. And the law of the road basically is slower traffic move to the right. Well, somebody's in the fast lane, the number 1 lane or whatever. Exactly. And they're going the speed limit.
Oh.
And everybody on the right side is going fast. And I have to pass this guy.
I got to ring my bell so I can get it.
You're a fucking.
So you can go.
Wow.
So I can go speeding by you at 110.
Well, hey, look, we're getting into the 30-minute mark. What do you got to talk about today?
All right, the other thing, hey, why does fruit taste like shit these days? When's the last time you had a good piece of fruit that actually had a good taste?
It's
to
like
it?
stripped mine bullshit. They it's not vines.
Strip mining fruit,
right?
It really is, yeah.
It is basically. It's like, okay, we're gonna pick it before it's ready,
right? With that,
and
before it's ripe,
ripen on its own. And that's impossible.
Yeah.
Because it's not getting the juice
from
the tree. You're pulling it off. And I've bitten into peaches that have been hard. And
it's like
plums, peaches, nectarines, watermelon. Watermelon has not tasted like watermelon in decades.
Usually, once a year, I get one good watermelon out of about 10, and it's like, man, I just wasted my money. I mean, usually it's one good watermelon a year, one good cantaloupe.
It's not that red, ripe
sweetness. It's like
it is pink. It's pink.
And
it's
mushy,
like mushy or granularly. It's like it's fucked.
Yeah, it's really a piece of shit.
Not like the watermelons we grew up with. Them big long ones. You leave them, put them in the. They had their own cooler.
They had their own.
You put it in its own.
What's in your cooler?
Right?
A watermelon.
Right?
Yeah.
You didn't do that? Whole one.
Oh yeah, big water. Oh, can't wait to slice it.
And then when you touch the knife to it, it just pops.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah.
It just.
I don't have a sound effect for that.
You don't have a sound.
I got a car door.
You are a car door.
Yeah, there you go. That's what your watermelon sounds like when you pop it.
But you're right. No, the fruit and shit like that.
Fruit tastes like crap. I mean, it's that expectation shit. That, oh man, this looks good on the outside, but on the inside, it's shit.
And everybody, the generation below us and our grandchildren's generation, they're going to grow up thinking this is great.
Yeah,
stuff.
this is what fruit really tastes like. No, because I have a favorite time of year, and it's usually for fruit. I eat a lot of pilots. It's half plum and half apricot. It's a hybrid fruit. But man, these things are fucking good, man. And they're only around for about a month or so. But in that month, I'll probably eat about 150 of them.
You'd be looking like one. You ever had a grapple?
A grapple, grape apple?
Have you ever tasted a grapple? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's okay. It tastes like a grape and an apple.
So like a craisin?
But it's like it's like genetically altered,
right?
And we wonder why our kids are fucked up. Why there's more autism.
Yeah, there's more autism than ever because we genetically altered shit, and our kids are
genetically altered.
Genetically altered, without a doubt, man. they're genetically altered. But as we're talking about uploading episodes and stuff, have you ever read like the Apple Agreement? The things like longer than the Constitution.
Yeah, whether it's downloading the Apple's iOS software,
right? Whatever. Yeah. Do you agree? Do you agree?
When you go to install an app, it says here's the shit you need to read, and if you say okay, I don't agree with it, you can't fucking install it.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like, what's the point if I'm going to do it anyway? I'm not going to read it, so I just say yeah. So
that's
if they
right.
come to my house and say, in that agreement,
it says we could come in and butt fuck you.
Jesus, has that happened to you? Come on,
no, it hasn't.
You can tell me.
No, it hasn't, dude. But it could say anything in there.
It could say anything.
We get your teeth when you die.
And exactly. I mean, if obviously it's not stuff like that's not going to happen. But who reads it?
Right.
I don't know anybody.
Yeah, because it'd be like, oh, you'd still be reading it. I mean, even now as right
user agreements.
Yeah, hey, because I'm refinancing my house, it's like, oh, here's this big agreement. Oh, fuck you! I ain't reading this. It's like 14 pages of shit.
Yeah, you go to page 14.5 and you sign it.
Sign it. It's like I click it and sign it. Yeah, hey, just out of the blue. Hey, we grew up at a time where wrestling was big time. Who was your favorite wrestler way back when?
Haystack Calhoun.
Haystack Calhoun. He had the big horseshoe on a chain he wore around his neck. He was around the days with like Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
And Bruno Sammartino.
Stupid as fuck, but great wrestler.
Haystacks Calhoun. Yeah, I remember Haystacks Calhoun.
Well, you and I watched that special on Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, great special. The Giant's been around a long friggin' time. Had been, that's right. But remember Jake?
Because of his disease, he had this bone disease.
He had a bone, but he was an alcoholic, dude. He could. I remember people telling me stories about him, man. It's like, holy shit, this guy drank like
and he had a daughter.
10 cases of friggin' beer every day.
He was huge. He
could drink things. But you remember like Jake?
Because he was French.
Yeah, he was. He was French. Yeah. Remember Jake the Snake? He always had the snake with him. Oh, you don't remember those days?
Constrictor.
Yeah, of course we all remember Hulk Hogan and Rowdy Roddy Piper. Oh, you don't remember those days?
Digger. Oh, yeah.
Oh, because they did. And the reason I brought that up, they had a thing on with The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. I saw.
Did you see that?
Oh, I haven't watched it, but I see it's.
Yeah. It's on like WWE. They were talking to different wrestlers. Said, well, he's 55 now. It's like, will you ever come out of retirement? He's there. Yeah, I don't know, man.
No fucking way.
Hey, you know who? I mean, we had these guys. Look at Dwayne Johnson, the career this guy has made for becoming a wrestler.
Oh yeah,
well, Bill Goldberg. Yeah,
who?
Bill Goldberg. What he's been in a few movies, but I mean, at this point, there's nobody as famous now. I mean, Hulk Hogan had his time. Now it's
Johnny Weissmuller. You look at all these athletes.
Well, yeah. I mean, Johnny Weissmuller was actually an Olympic athlete. These guys ain't.
Right.
These guys ain't Olympic athletes. Believe me.
You
can't put the guy in a sleeper hold in the Olympics. That'd be pretty cool.
But you lose.
That's right. You can what you lose.
I'd just do it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, but again, like I said, we were talking about, would you ever come out of retirement? And the Undertaker's a big dude. Boy, his wife's really friggin' hot, man. They showed a picture of him and his kids and his wife. You say, I don't know, man. And all of a sudden, when you say something like that, you're leaving everything up to speculation.
Like what we do,
like you and I do all the time. It's like, okay, you said that, so what does that really mean? Does it mean shit? It means that, it means your baby's crying in the next room. It's time to wrap up this episode. I think we got a little off track of shit this morning, but it's all good. So,
no, I mean, yeah, we probably carried
on
a little
more serious.
Right, yeah, the serious note and stuff, but those things need to be
we do to address it. So, for the 3 people who listen to us, man, take what you like and leave the rest.
Yeah, if you don't like what I said, fuck you.
Yeah, who cares? Just send a comment.
Just send a comment. I read it and go, yeah, you're a dick too.
Yeah. So, hey, for today, let's flush another episode.
All right.
I am Andy George, and this is my partner, as always,
TJ.
And we are gone.
We are out of here, guys. Be kind to each other.
Be kind to love each other, man.
And don't fucking run anybody off the road.
You can still eat Captain Crunch. Later.
Read the box.
Read the box. Hey, this is Andy George from Cosmic Debris. I wanted to let you know that you can reach us by email at cosmic.debris.2020@gmail.com. So if you have any thoughts or suggestions or anything you'd like to share with us, please email Andy and the Jerk at cosmic.debris.2020, and we'll ignore it just like we do anybody else's email. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next show.